What in the world did I just watch? Good night. Are you kidding me? Welcome in everybody to the Seth Floyd Show. I'm your host, Seth Floyd Henson, giving you the immediate, quick reaction to that 49ers game, the dumbest game, one of the dumbest games of this season. Holy crap, man. Holy crap. It literally ended 15 minutes ago. Okay, got set up, hit record, and my biggest takeaway, if you're a 49er fan, as I am, as you can tell, okay, I know I took my 49er flag down, put the Texas one up, but still, 49er fan, we are not a Super Bowl team. You're not. You're not a Super Bowl contender. I've been waiting all year for it to flip, for it to turn around for them to get going and look something like 2023. Look 80% of 2023 and they don't. They look like 65%, maybe 70% of what 2023 looked like. And I thought maybe after the bye week, get things together, get recuperated, get CMC back, and we would see some good old hit him in the mouth, run away with it, 49er football that we've all been waiting for, and it didn't happen today. And I'm officially, I'm writing them off as a Super Bowl contender. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think we've played 9 games. And outside of the Jets game, maybe you could count the Patriots game too. Even those games didn't feel like runaways. Even those games didn't feel like 2023. Every other game besides those two has had something stupid. It's had sloppy football. It has not been good. Some of them we've won. We've won 5 of them, okay? But some of them we've lost, including where we had 10-point leads going into the fourth quarter, and we just look like a undisciplined team that can't put it together right now, which is weird because it's the same core of guys as last year. It's the same head coach, but for some reason, something's off this year. Something is weird. We're borderline a playoff team, guys. If you're a 49er fan watching this, you do not go buy playoff tickets right now because there's a good chance you're not making the playoffs. If you do not win the division, you are not going to the playoffs. Point blank. You're not. Okay, the Vikings, the Packers, okay, they're going to be in spots for wild cards. You got the Eagles who've only lost 2 games. They're going to be in the spots for wild cards. You're not making it as a wild card team. You have to win the division. That's my official stance. And good night. We have played the worst football in the division, you could argue. I mean, Seattle hasn't been playing good, but the Rams, right now you could argue we're playing the worst football in the division. Maybe not. That seems a little harsh, but you're not top 2 in the division. Cardinals and Rams have played really well these last few weeks, and you just keep skating by. So what's the deal? How are they going to fix this? Are they a playoff team? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Moody has to go. You missed 3 field goals in a game, made this game come down to the wire. I just think you got to go. I'm sorry. I know he redeemed himself with the game-winning kick at the end, but he has got to go. I have no faith in him. I have no confidence in him. He has no confidence in himself. You can tell how the team feels about it. Debo is out there throwing hands, swinging punches. After he got Moody's face and then Tabor Pepper stepped in, he tried to land a punch. People are pissed. He's got to go. Not when Anders Carlson, who we just signed off the street, went 3 for 3. Not when Matthew Wright went 3 for 3 against Seattle or whatever he went. He's got to go. The kickers are a dime a dozen. You only keep really good kickers. I don't care that you used a draft pick on him. Cut your losses and move on. Stop it. Stop it with this. In special teams in general, of course we have a fumble. Of course we have a fumble on a punt return. That swung the game. Momentum. You just have a dumb play that goes against you. Momentum. Okay? Defense, I know that statistically the defense played fine, but in the second half they let you down. Nick Bosa on 4th and 7. And you are getting stiff-armed into oblivion by Baker Mayfield. It just looks like you're running with him. Can you just wrestle him? Can you just shove him? Can you do something to get him off balance? Because if he's just like this and he's just jogging like you are, he can make a good throw, and he did, and it almost lost you the game. It was weird. It was weird. Disappointing. Coming off a bye week and that's how we looked, real disappointing. I'm not happy we won. I'm anti, like, I forever to my grave will go down. I do not want to tank until you are eliminated from the playoffs. And I know 49er fans, not the majority of them, I know 49er fans that are like, look, I'd rather just lose out because we're not winning the Super Bowl. And I can't do that as a fan. I want to win. I want to make the playoffs. I want to watch them in January. So I'm happy they won. But man, I do not have a lot of faith going forward. I thought this was going to be the get-right game that got me excited, and it wasn't. It was the opposite, actually. It was as bad of a game you can win as you could, if that makes any sense. Like, just horrible. Now, Brock looked pretty good. 25 of 36, okay, the 69%, you'll take that all day and twice on Sunday. Okay, all day, every day, twice on Sunday, 353 yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay, the amazing, unbelievable scramble, throw to Kittle in the back of the end zone. And then Ricky Pearsall, who I'm really excited about. That's like one of the things I took away from this game. Like, Ricky Pearsall can play. And with so many guys on this team, as we've said, he's not going to be a high volume guy. I don't ever expect him to be a 10 catch a game guy, at least not with Debo on the team, Kittle on the team, CMC. Like, I don't expect that, but he gets open. He made a huge catch on the last drive. Huge catch that essentially put him in field goal range, and then the next play was the Jennings play where he really put him in field goal range. But I loved it because he had guys on him, and then he was pushing outside, and then he was able to kind of swim over him and get back inside and get open. Brock delivered a great ball. Like, that's a rookie playing big. Like, he is a player. I don't know what his ceiling is. I've said this before. I don't know if he'll ever be like a true 1, but he's going to be like a 1B, and that's great. I will take that on this team. He looks great. He looks very good. I'm very excited for him. So that's like one of the silver linings, okay, one of the positives I took away. It's good to see CMC back, but man, like you can see how he helps the team so much, but your offense is getting blown off the ball. There's so many plays where he's being tackled in the backfield. Your offensive line is getting their stuff kicked in. They're salad tossed right now. It's just bad. It's bad. I don't know. I hope they use their first round pick and their second round pick on linemen this year. I hope they sign 1 or 2 guys in free agency. Like, I'm on the bandwagon of like, let's freaking do something about this because it's getting ridiculous. And my last thing, I think they're struggling, and this is officially like why I think the Niners are struggling on offense. And it doesn't feel like they are because they're putting up a lot of yards, they're not scoring points, and it's because I think teams have just a full-on sold out. We're going to protect the middle of the field, and we're going to force 49ers to beat us elsewhere. We are going to play so disciplined that we are going to have guys in the middle of the field constantly not getting sucked up as much in the run game. And you can do that when the 49ers offensive line struggles. The linebackers don't have to be so aggressive. That's why that middle of the field is not open. But I think teams are so committed to taking away the middle of the field. I don't know why they didn't do it last year, but they're doing it this year. And I haven't watched y'all 22. That's just like my feeling. Okay, and I just don't think Kyle Shanahan has had a good counter to it yet. And I love Shanahan. I don't want him fired. It would take much, much, much more than this weird season to want me to like want him gone, because I think he's great. And I've enjoyed these last few years, the success we've had. But I can believe that, and at the same time feel like this year has not been his year. He has not countered and found answers like he wanted to. Guys have been hurt. Now Ayuk is gone. Like, there's been weird stuff. But at the same time, it's his job to counter and make something happen, and it doesn't feel like he's been able to do that. And that's pretty disappointing. And all of that is to say, not a Super Bowl contender, borderline a playoff team. You'll be lucky to win the division. I'm glad we won. I'm glad they're 5-4. Get Seattle at home. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, we always beat Seattle, but we always beat the Rams too. We always beat the Cardinals before that. So I don't know what to think. I need to digest it a little bit, but you got to keep winning, man. I've said this: to win the division, to make the playoffs. In my head, they're interchangeable. To make the playoffs, you can lose 2 more games. Thank goodness one of those wasn't today. 10-7, I don't think wins you the division. I think you've got to be 11-6. And then I'll change it too. You got to be 11-6, and one of your 2 losses cannot be to either the Rams or the Cardinals. Okay, probably can't be the Seahawks either. So in my head, as I've done the math, like you look through our schedule, the rest of the schedule is you got Seattle, at Green Bay, at Buffalo, home to Chicago, home to the Rams, go to Miami, home on Monday Night Football to the Lions, and then you finish out with in Arizona. Okay, you have got to win next week, and then at best, or at worst, you've got to split with the the Packers and Bills. You got to win one of those. Ideally, you'd win both, but I wouldn't put money on it. You're probably not. You got to win one of them. I think you're more likely to beat the Packers than you are the Bills, but we'll see. And then that sets you up, you give you a little wiggle room that you're probably going to lose that Lions game, 49ers fans. Just get ready. You're probably going to lose. Okay, I hope I'm wrong. You never say never with this 49ers team, but you're probably going to lose that game, which would put you at 11-6 if you can win all your other games. So that's what I think. That's what you need to do. My heart going a million miles an hour. I probably took 10 years off my life today. This was such a dumb game. They should have been able to, I don't even know, run away with it, but like it should have been a 2-score game, at least 10 points in the fourth quarter. If Jake Moody makes his field goals, it would have been 12 points at the end of that game, and it wouldn't have been so stressful, but it was. It was. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. That's all I got. Glad they won. Bucks team, I feel for you. You've lost 4 in a row. You're a much better team than I thought, even without your 2 studs at wide receiver. I think the Bucks are still going to be in the mix for the division. You guys have lost 6 games now, so probably not a wild card team, but you're probably still in the mix for the division once you get Mike Evans back. Baker is a dog. I love Baker. Rashad White, Bucky Irving, great. That defense played really well today. So anyway, that's what I got. 49ers fans, it's not going to get any easier. It's not going to get any more fun even. It's going to be more stressful as we go. But thank you for watching the video. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. You guys are awesome. And go Niners, I guess. I'm out.